What's up, guys? I hope everybody's doing well. This song we're going to do today, Like a Wrecking Ball by Eric Church, is actually a request I got. A dude named Eric hit me up on Facebook and asked if I would do it for him. So anyways, we're going to take care of this song and get right into it. It's not a too difficult song. The picking in it is a little strange, and there's maybe like one weird chord in it, but it's not too bad at all. So first I'm going to give you the chord breakdown here. Alright, so here's what we've got for this song, Like a Wrecking Ball by Eric Church. Alright, so our verse is going to be C, A minor, F, and G. Now, that is not difficult at all. It's a very common set of chords. Chord progression, I couldn't think of the right word, but very common chord progression. But what's going to be interesting with this song is it's got this almost kind of like bluesy, like slow blues kind of vibe to it. So what we're going to focus on here is the picking mostly. So once you can get this picking down, you'll be golden. Okay, so it's a basic pick through pretty much, where what you're going to do is you're going to do your bass note. So this is the C chord right here. So we're going to be just using the C chord as an example. Okay, so our C chord, I'm going to pick the bass note, which is the A string in this case, and then we're going to pick the G string, and then I'm going to do the bottom two strings, the E and B, at the same time. Okay, so that's going to be kind of the pattern through the whole song. It's going to be that bass note, then your G string, and then you're going to play the E and the B at the same time. That is going to be through almost the entire song. That's the picking pattern. And if you can get that down, all you have to do is switch the chords and change your bass note for each chord, and you are good. That's it. It's easy. So anyways, I'm going to show you that one more time. So A string, G string, E and B strings at the same time. Alright? That's going to give you that slow bluesy kind of sound. Alright? So the important thing about that is it's fairly easy and it's fairly consistent to remember what strings to pick besides the bass note, because the bass note's going to move every time. So I'll try to explain that to y'all and show you which strings it's going to be. Alright, but we'll kind of feel it out as we go. Alright, so for this verse, it is C, A minor, F, and G. Alright, so what it's going to look like, so we're going to play through that. Alright, and then drop down to the A minor. Alright, and then we're going to do the F. And then the G. Alright, so what I want to point out is that, like those bass notes that I was talking about, if you're not real comfortable with picking through yet like that, and you don't know a whole lot about it, especially for very early beginners, that might be a little confusing. So what you got to do is, for the C chord, your bass note is the A string. So you want to hit the A string, not the E string. Alright, for the A minor chord, same thing. You want to hit the A string, not the E string as your bass note. So the A string is your bass note, so you'll start with that. Then once you get to the F chord, you can either play an F bar or you can do it like this. The low E on that one is going to be the bass note. Alright, and then same thing with the G, the low E string is going to be the bass note. Alright, so anyway, it's not too complicated once you get the hang of it, but for very early beginners it might be a little bit confusing. So anyways, once through on the verse. Alright, that's it. Alright, so now for the pre-chorus. Like I said, we keep that same picking pattern the whole way through. So pre-chorus, it's going to be A minor, F, A minor, and G. That kind of looks like a C, but it's a G. So it's going to sound like this. Alright, just like that. Not too hard at all. Pretty straightforward, simple on that part. Same thing as the verse, just different chords, same picking style, all that. Alright, so the chorus is slightly more complicated, but not that much more. Okay, so for the first part of the chorus, actually for everything but the last part of the chorus, this is just the final, that last little part of the chorus right here, so we're going to ignore that for just a second. So for most of the chorus, it's going to be F, G, and then C twice. Okay, using that same picking pattern. So it's going to sound like... Okay, just like that. I can't remember how many times it goes through that. I want to say it's maybe like either 3 or 4 before it goes into this little outro part of the chorus. All right, which is slightly confusing, but it's not as bad as it looks. That says walk down right there. My handwriting's kind of messy, but anyway, so we do the F, G, and the C, and then we do this little C walk down thing into an F, okay, which I'll show you that and I'll explain it, and it's not as hard as it looks. Alright, and then we finish with an F and a G. Alright, so what that looks like, okay, so we get our regular F, and then G. Alright, and then we got our C. Okay, and then this is the walk down part. Middle finger, 2nd fret of the A string. Okay, and I'm sorry, middle finger, 2nd fret of the A string, and then 1st fret B string as well. So what that is, it's a walk down. And it feels like it's going to go to A minor, but it's actually going to go back to F. And then it does that F, G, and then back into the verse. Okay, so one more time, all the way through, full speed with that one. And then back to the verse, which starts on C. Alright, I hope that made sense. If you have any questions about it, let me know in the comments, because that walk down is just a little bit confusing because you expect it to go to A minor after that C walk down thing. You expect it to go to A minor, but it doesn't. It goes to F. It kind of threw me off whenever I was learning it. So, anyways, last but not least is the bridge. This is where this complicated A sharp comes in. You don't see this chord a whole lot, and so it might, throw some people off, but just, that little chord rundown I do at the beginning, that's what that's for. So make sure and practice all these chords, a good bit before you tackle this song, because none of these chords are terribly complicated except for this A sharp, just because you don't see it very much. Okay, well, what that's going to be is A minor, A sharp, F, and then it's going to be the same thing down here, but you finish on a G. Alright, so let me run through that real quick. Oh, well, I messed that up, but I played that C on accident. But it goes A minor, then A sharp, then F. Alright, so the first time I played through I messed up because I played that C. There's not a C in the bridge at all. It is just A minor, A sharp, F, and then A minor, A sharp, F, G. And then I believe it goes back into a chorus right after that. So, not a too complicated song. If the picking is an issue, if you're having trouble with that, you can kind of substitute it for like some light strumming. Like, for example, in the verse is a C, A minor, F, G. So it'd be something like... just with some light down strumming, is fine. This song is really mellow, it's really slow and soft, so don't get too excited or carried away about your strumming and stuff. Try to keep it fairly light if you're going to strum. It's better to pick, that's what he does in the song, but if you're not super comfortable with picking yet, you're more than welcome to strum, and it'll still sound cool, and it'll still match the song, all the chords will match up. So, anyways guys, I hope this lesson helped y'all out, and for the guy who requested it, Eric, I hope this helps you out. I hope you understand everything. If you have any questions, comments, if I missed something, or if you're not sure about something, whatever, let me know. I try to get back to the comments at least once a day or so, once every day or two. So anyways guys, thanks for checking out my video. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that, and I'll see y'all later.